Hi, this is April. Welcome back to my channel. I just had to share with you Senator Tim Scott's response to the Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen at the Senate Banking Committee when she implied that abortion is good for the labor participation rate. This is breathtaking. Take a look.
Some of your comments in response to Bob's question I found troubling. And I just from a clarity's sake, did you say that ending the life of a child is good for the labor force participation rate? Giving someone the access, let me just quote what you said, that ultimately increasing access to abortion and reproductive health care allows for our labor force participation rate to continue to increase, that denying women access to abortion increases their odds of living in poverty or need for public assistance. As a guy who was raised by a single mom who worked long hours to keep us out of poverty, I think people can disagree on the issue of being pro-life or pro-abortion, but in the end, I think framing it in the context of labor force participation it just feels calloused to me. I think finding a way to have a debate around abortion in a meeting for the economic stability of our country is harsh. And I'm just surprised that we find ways to weave into every facet of our lives such an important and painful reality for so many people, to make it sound like it's just another 0.4% added to our labor force participation as a result of the issue of abortion. Just, to me, seems harsh.
Well, I certainly don't mean to say what I think the effects are in a manner that's harsh. What we're talking about is whether or not women will have the ability to regulate their reproductive situation in ways that will enable them to plan lives that are fulfilling and satisfying for them. And one aspect of a satisfying life is being able to feel that you have the financial resources to raise a child, that the children you bring into the world are wanted, and that you have the ability to take care of them. In many cases, abortions are of teenage women, particularly low income and often Black, who aren't in a position to be able to care for children, have unexpected pregnancies, and it deprives them of the ability often to continue their education, to later participate in the workforce. So there is a spillover into labor force participation, but it means that children will grow up in poverty and do worse themselves.
Thank you. Let me just reclaim my time on the topic.
This is the truth.
I'll just simply say that as a guy raised by a Black woman in abject poverty, I'm thankful to be here as United States Senator.
That was a stunning response from South Carolina Senator Tim Scott. I would love to see him run for president one day. I, for one, am glad that you're here in the world with us as a senator. And I know that sadly there's so many other lives that were snuffed out in the womb and were not given the opportunity to develop into the remarkable men and women that they could have. I do know one thing for sure. Children are a blessing from God, and they enrich a woman's life, and they will be there when you take your last breath. And I wish Secretary Janet Yellen could realize this. We would all be better off. If you like this video, give it a like, consider subscribing for more news and reviews, and God bless.